Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Krisha Nicole. I'm making this video because somebody asked about my salary. Yasmin Vargas 496 asked about my salary and about making a video related to my salary. I make a little over $350,000 a year, but I work incredibly hard for that. I know that the going thing in 2025 is the soft life. This is not necessarily the soft life. Maybe on weekends. I got the weekend soft life. Right now, Monday through Friday is something else. So how do I make 350 plus a year? Well, I have 3 jobs essentially. I have my business, which I count as a job. My business brings in the lowest amount of that 350 or 350 plus, because I really don't know. My business made last year was the first year, and it probably made maybe 60,000. Let's say it made 60,000. This year I have double that many the patients that I had last year. So I'm assuming this year I will maybe get close to 100,000. That is the goal, to just keep growing. So the bulk of that money comes from my part-time job, where I work in substance use disorder. So I get paid a little bit for Florida. You guys remember I'm in Florida, so I get paid a little bit more than the average person. I start at that job somewhere between 5 and 6 a.m. I'm not a morning person, so if I don't have to go in at 5, I won't. But some mornings I do go in really early, just because it's like a particular patient I may need to see, and they always come at 5, so I have to be there to meet that patient. That day is really like from 5 a.m. to 11 a.m. And then I have a full-time 100% online remote job as a psychiatric nurse practitioner, but that is also primarily substance use disorder, with a little bit of mental health, just basic mental health, mixed in, but not much. It's primarily substance use disorder. My part-time job pays about $140 annually, and my full-time job pays $160. So between my part-time and my full-time, that is $300,000. I really don't. If I close my business tomorrow, I'll be at $300,000 a year, give or take, because one is salary and one is hourly. So the hourly maybe a little bit less than 140, but usually I make my time. So, but I'm not allowed any overtime at that job, which kind of sucks. But anyway, my 160 again is salary. So I'm thinking total my salary may be, when all the this year is over, I think I'll be somewhere around I'll say 380. But I typically just say 350, just because who knows, patients show up, they don't show up. You just never know what the day is gonna look like. So my business is a little bit more fluid. We don't know what's gonna happen. I'm not hourly, I work for myself, so with that part of the income. So I have 3 primary streams of income. I do have here and there, I have my IV hydration course, so people will still register for that course, still pay for that course, but I don't really count that income because it's just so little compared to everything else. So I don't really count that income. The online course, I have definitely started preparing for my PMHNP online course, but there's just so much information. It's so much information, I don't want to like half-ass it. So I'm not launching that course probably for some time, and then I'm expected to start taking students in the fall. So I don't know when I'll actually launch that course. The way that my schedule works now, I am Monday through the week, I'm just tired. Like you see me, I look a mess. I think I'm just more tired today because I didn't sleep good last night. But yeah, my visit starts in 1 minute. So anyway, how do I manage 3 jobs? So I start my 5 a.m. job and I'm there. My business and the my remote job both start at 9. So I try not to double book, and I prioritize the remote job, and I can kind of fit my patients in throughout the day. Those jobs overlap only 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. because I leave that other job somewhere around 11:30. So there's not a whole lot of overlap between those jobs. But there have been times during that overlap that I have a patient in person in the clinic, a patient remotely for my full-time, position, and then a patient for my company. And when that happens, it is stressful because I am a person who I don't like the idea of being overbooked. I don't think it's fair to the patient. So I will prioritize the follow-up visits for my job. I will bring my patients onto the virtual call, but I will just send them a message and say, hey, I'll be with you momentarily. And usually it's fine. Usually it's just fine. That doesn't happen super often, but when it does, I feel like I need like an assistant. I need a Xanax and I need a drink. I don't do any of those, but that's what I need. So yeah, it's a lot. It can be a lot, but those days that are like super overwhelming are not often, y'all. It is so doable because I'm usually only doing 2 of the jobs at a time. Like right now, I am seeing patients for the remote job, but I do have a patient of my own in like 30 minutes. I will put blocks in on my schedule for my business. Like tomorrow, my whole day is blocked. Nobody can schedule for that day, just because I will just add in those days where I don't have a whole lot. I don't have anything. I'm giving myself kind of like a mini break. So when I leave the morning part-time job, the rest of the day is just the full-time remote job. And my patients, they'll just simply schedule on another day. They'll schedule for Wednesday. So yeah, I am about 2/3 to my goal for the total number of patients that I want for my business. I'm about 2/3 there. So I'm hoping that the business just keeps growing and that I can meet my goal. I've already met my first goal with the number of patients I wanted in my first year. Now I'm working on my second year, and I probably need to hire somebody, a marketing team, and I haven't done that yet. And that's okay because I know that I'll need to leave one of those jobs, and I need to make sure that my business completely replaces that income before I do that. But yeah, so I have a full-time job, a part-time job, and I have my business, which is technically kind of like part-time. And that's how I make 350 plus thousand. How do you say that? 350,000 plus? That's how I make it. So yeah, that's it. Talk to you guys later.
Something else I wanted you guys to see. I'm working on two computers really. This is together. That's all together. But this is my information for my office. This is information for my employer, like the business that I work remotely, my full-time job. And then this is also my full-time job, but I'm actually charting on 2 patients right now. One I'm sending medication for, and the other one I'm just finishing the chart. So yeah, that's how it goes. You guys won't be able to see the screen because I'm gonna blur it out, but yeah, this is how I function. And don't mind my desk, it's okay.